This is a podcast about starting over. I have no idea. Hey!
Hey, this is A and V.
And tonight, or today, we will be talking about starting over after coming out.
Yes, very interesting topic tonight.
Exciting. Yeah, this is an exciting topic. It's a very interesting and exciting topic about another, what's the word? Another world.
Another world?
Grabe
Grabe naman.
Hindi ko maisip yung word eh. Another,
It's something na parang, hindi ko maisip yung word.
yeah, right? It's like, it's like a,
Parang something that is happening now that wasn't happening before.
no, that has been happening before, but now it's
Hindi
more,
eh. Now it's
more
more tanggap
exposed.
na.
Tanggap, yeah, because of, maybe changing of the
Right, right.
times and social media and technology and everything. So we're going to
Explore this.
talk about her journey. Yeah, how it started, what she felt before she came out, diba? And what she felt after, how it changed her life and all that. Because I mean, when you come out, diba, parang it's like it's another life for you, right? It's like starting a whole new life
Exactly.
with your like siguro the identity that you not that you have, that you are who you really are.
Yes.
Diba?
Being
Diba
true to
ganun?
yourself.
So, and if anybody's wondering or maybe will wonder why we look alike, diba? Sinabi ko ba we're going to be interviewing C?
Hindi
If
pa.
I
Yes,
didn't,
we're gonna be
we're going to be interviewing C.
interviewing pala.
And if anybody is wondering or will wonder why we look alike, it's because of the family filter. Diba?
Yeah, so
Ayun. Hi!
hi.
Casey!
I see.
Hey guys, what's up?
How are you?
All good, all good. It's all good here in San Francisco.
Yeah, I know. I can see that. Is it raining? Is it raining there?
No, it's not. It's not. Pretty chill. It's pretty
Mukha
chill.
nga eh. Medyo ano eh, sunset eh. Sunset.
Sunny.
Sobrang
Yeah. Buti nga the wind isn't like you can't hear the wind because it's usually windy up here sa cliff over the yeah. It's cool.
How's the water? Did you test the water? Is it cold?
No, it's usually freezing cold. So no, as much as possible.
Really, I'm feeling
Ano ka ba? Makikain ka lang. Okay.
Gotta sell it.
See, so this is a multi city Zoom. This is a multi-city episode. I'm in the Philippines. You're in, where are you from? Eh?
I don't know, Tondo.
Tondo. And C is in San Francisco. So she's our second international, our third international guest.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay. So C, can you give us a little backstory, like how are you like growing up, you know?
Sure. I grew up an only child. I was the youngest of three cousins, and I'm the only girl. Yeah, basically that. Both my folks grew up pretty happy. Both my folks already sadly passed away. They passed away right as I was graduating college, like somewhere at that time. So I've kind of been looking after myself since then. But yeah, I mean, basically pretty normal other than that.
Normal kid. You're a normal kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to think. Yeah.
We would like to believe.
Yeah.
Because I knew you when you were a kid.
Yeah. No, I mean like I feel like it was a normal growing up. But like if we're talking about me specifically, like I always knew I was different, that there was something different. I didn't know if it was something wrong or what, but I just always knew that there was like it's just different from what everyone is. So yeah, it's mostly that.
In what way was it different? What do you mean? In what way?
In the way that I wasn't like how my mom was always excited for me to have a boyfriend or to like find out about my love life and things like that. And like for me it was always like, but what if what if I want a girlfriend? So
Uh,
it was more of that. So I think basically like growing up, like that's what I mean by like I always knew there was something different. Other than everything else was normal. It was more of that part. So like I think since I was young, I've always known that I was attracted to girls also. So it was always for me. I grew up. We didn't really have a lot of gay people, queer people, or any other, or not any non-binary person around us, around me. So like I didn't know who to talk to about it. I didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know what it was. So I think yeah, growing up, it was like I knew that was there. I just didn't know how to approach it.
So
So
ever
I
since
didn't really.
you have that
I
feeling,
didn't
you know
really.
it already.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
when did
Like
it
I
start?
remember
Like, do you
like
remember how old you were when you
You're
realized that
you're
you were?
questioning you were questioning
Yeah.
what you're feeling
I
and
think I confirmed it more. I think I started really like thinking about it in fifth grade. Um,
Hmm.
so I think I was
So you when you were hitting puberty,
11?
ganyan.
11 siguro?
yeah somewhere there maybe because like when I was young, I remember specifically when I was young. I used to have crushes on guys. Like I had the crush on like seven guys. I remember. So I had Jesse McCartney, Aaron Carter, the usual, the usual stuff. Like I had Aaron Carter's face on the side of my wall before I fell asleep. Like that was me. Because I felt like part of me was like, I know I should like these guys. I should find them cute and stuff. So it's like, okay, fine. But they were cute to me when I was growing up. So I was like, okay. And
Uh,
then like I think when I reached the fifth grade, I had this classmate and I don't know, but like we got close in a weird way. And then I started realizing that parang, hey, this isn't just like I don't just like you as a friend. Or it was something like that. But I didn't know how to act on it. I didn't know how to act about it. But yeah, I mean, I think that's really when like I started thinking to myself, like, okay, this is different. Like, why am I feeling this way? Should I be feeling this way? Like it was there. It was that's really I guess when it started talaga.
Okay, so I'm sure. I mean, were you scared about it? Kasi, like you said, diba? There's someone to talk to. You couldn't
Yeah.
really
yeah.
ask anybody about it. So, I guess that was
Yeah.
scary.
I don't know. I don't know if scared was the word. It's more like I was curious, but also confused. It wasn't really
Mm.
scared. It wasn't something that I'd say it was scary. It was more like I was just confused because like I grew up I grew up on the internet. So like you see a lot of things and like for me it was more of like I know this is normal in some way or like I know that there are other people like me and it's fine. But it's more of like I didn't know how to approach it personally or I didn't know how to go about it with my family. I didn't know who to tell to in my family because a lot of them were very a lot of them were basically straight and like I just felt like the expectation of me was to be the same, especially like I think one thing that was heavy for me was like I was the only girl and I was the
Uh,
youngest and I was really
cousins,
close to
yeah.
my two cousins. I was really close to my two cousins who were boys. So like for me it was like why can't I be like them? Like like I get along with them because I like the same things as them and I feel like it's that kind of thing. So I think it was more for me. It's more confusing than scary or anything like that.
I wouldn't know what that felt like. I mean, kasi, for us, kasi, as a family, with our family, with my three pamangkins, nephews and Camille, they didn't really grow up with me around it. 'Cause I was still in the airline, right? So,
Yeah.
I didn't really
Mhm.
know how they grew up, but I knew they were close. I knew you guys were
Yeah,
close. You
ever
grew up
since.
together,
Yeah.
So, for me, it's more of like, I never really thought about it, diba? I never
Mm.
thought that you
Mhm.
were feeling something. I never thought about it. Never did.
Yeah, and it was totally. I mean, I think on my part also, it was more like since I didn't know how to go about it, I didn't really. Well, actually, when I think about it, I think part of me was acting out in a way because I remember specifically like there was a time when I would wear like baggy shorts and t-shirts and like things like that and like I don't know. I think part of me was waiting for someone to ask me. That
Oh
was
yeah.
one thing that I've always yeah, I think that was one thing I've always thought about whenever I think about like this time in my life because I was confused. I didn't know who I was. I wasn't happy. Wasn't just a confusion about being gay. It was also about being overweight, and a lot of things like that. So I think they all meshed up together. But the being not straight part at least It was more of I was waiting for someone to ask me about it because I was like, hey, I'm not exactly dressing up like your typical girly girl. So like, why isn't anyone asking me these things? I remember there
Let's
was one
dress like
time,
that, diba?
right?
Really?
Right?
For me,
Yeah,
yeah.
like what
Blip!
yeah.
But please.
Sorry, I don't know if can I swear? Is it fine?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, good.
I swear.
Yeah, but yeah, basically on my end, like I think that was one thing about it. I was like, why isn't anyone asking me? Like, isn't it obvious? Like, am I not tomboyish enough for you? Or it was that.
No,
So I
obviously
think
not. Not for
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, that's why. So like part of me was like so confused because like I was dressing up a certain way, but no one was asking me about it. So like I think I kind of just brushed it off and I just tried to play along. And I like for a time I think I was more thinking about like maybe if I don't mind it, it'll go away, or maybe it'll change. Maybe this is just a phase.
Basically.
And then what happened was ayun nga, like what happened was my dad got sick, and then my dad passed away, then my mom got sick, then my dad passed away. Before that, they they split up, and then there was also this whole deal about us losing most of our money. So like I think by the time that I decided to brush it off, all that happened. So I really didn't have any time to go back to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so what happened was like I think give it about a total of 10 years. So like from the time I think I was about 16 maybe or 15 is when I really decided to like try to brush it off until I was 25. That was like I was just in denial, or I was just like I'll think about it later on. I'll figure it out later on. So like me coming out in that sense, like it really didn't happen until I was I think 25, where like both my folks were already gone and I was living alone and I was working and everything like that. So like the whole coming out part just came super late in my life, which I think was fine because I was dealing with a lot more stuff.
I'm gonna ask you that. That
So
was my follow-up question.
yeah, I was dealing with a lot of stuff. So in my head, it was really like I put that in the back. Like I can figure that out later on. I have more important things to deal with. So like part of me, like especially when I came out and when I started thinking about these things, I was like part of me, I think, was disappointed that I put myself on the back burner. Which was one of the things that I had to think about and that I had to accept. Like, and I had to be like, hey, it's fine. It's done. You did that. You can move forward. But yeah, I mean, it was that. So like the whole queerness or everything about it, it's really something that I just started thinking about. If I'm 29 now, then yeah, it's about 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
So you mean you're saying na, like, diba, you were saying kanina, you were just waiting for someone to ask you, right?
Mhm.
So were you thinking that it would be easier to come out if someone just asked you? So at least it wouldn't have come from you?
Yeah, because I mean, I thought that before because I was leading up to this call. Actually, I kept thinking about it, like what was the turning point, or when can I say that I actually starting over after
Mhm.
I did come out, anything like that. For me, I think a big part, like when it actually did start over for me, was more of when I really accepted it for myself. Because I think I came out to my family and to my friends and to the people that I cared about. I came out to them before I think I fully accepted it.
Mm.
So when I did come out, I didn't feel like, wow, I'm free, I'm
Yeah.
starting over. It wasn't that. It really wasn't that. It didn't hit me that well. It didn't hit me that hard. I mean, the
Or that
coming out
way?
part. Yeah. It was just like okay. So like and it was
Ah,
funny because when I did come out, when I did come out, some people were like, yeah, I know, or I've known. So I was like, okay, good. And then like some people were just like, what? But I mean, I was lucky in a sense because I think a lot of the people that did mean a lot to me, or the important people to me, they didn't really care about it. They didn't make a huge deal about it.
Yeah. Parang,
So
hello,
I
we all
think,
knew.
yeah, I know. So I was like, if you guys knew all this time, why didn't you say anything? So like it was funny, but it was
kasi
also
did
nice.
you think that it would have made any difference if you came out earlier in life? I mean, your family naman, 'di ba? You know your family and everything.
I
Were you
can't say
afraid like
because
that?
no, I can't say because like the first thing, yeah, there's a lot going on, and like we didn't have anyone gay in the family.
Mm.
So I didn't have a point of reference for like how would they feel about this, or like things like that. And I think for me also, I was also confused. Like I didn't exactly know. I didn't know, was I gay? Was I bi? Was I full on lesbian? Like I didn't know. Also, I didn't even know where to begin trying to describe what it was. I just knew that I didn't like boys only. Like that was it for the longest time. Like I was also attracted to girls. That was it. So yeah, that was it.
So basically, when you came out, it's like self-realization pa lang siya. It's not, ano pa, hindi pa siya
When I
total.
came out to my family, yeah, when I came out to my family and my friends, it was more of, I think, just making it official.
Na parang
Legally.
you're starting na now. This is it. You're
Yeah, this
starting.
is
Yeah,
me.
Starting to
Parang ganun.
start. Parang
Now I
ganun.
know who I
yeah,
really
it's
am.
like,
Parang ganyan.
yeah,
So let me
yeah, and
start
then
parang trying to figure it out, fix it up,
yeah,
polish it, and all that.
Magaling na. Maganda
yeah,
Tama
naman
ba?
and
yan.
then
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, for me, honestly, like the way I look at it, like I think the way it played out for me was just right for me. Because if I feel like if I came out while my dad was sick or while my mom was sick, it would be a whole different thing. Because like there was like someone was dying, and then you're gonna come
Different,
out. So like it
Tsaka
was
different
like
reactions din eh. Some people siguro,
yeah,
siguro the family would have been like, why are you saying this now? Diba? Like, why
yeah,
now? Ganon.
yeah. So I mean, if I look back at it, it was like for me, I was like, I think it worked out just fine. And then one thing that I did want to say was I think really the turning point for me was when I shaved my hair. That was a big. It's a very lesbian thing to say now that I'm here. But the yeah, I think when I shaved my hair, it was such a huge deal for me personally. Like I think it's what really affected my starting over. Like that's really the point at where I was like, hey, okay, like my hair is shaved now. Like I think part of it is more of like I don't have to explain myself to anyone.
Ah,
Like it's more of a because
Never.
like the undercut kind of gives off this I'm not straight vibe for some people. So I was like, I think when the undercut came, I was like, hey, I don't have to explain myself to other people anymore, or I don't have to think that they have this expectation of me because I've shaved my head and I'm happy and I like it, and it fit me. And I felt really good. I felt really comfortable, and I felt like this was me. So that was, I think, really the point at where I felt like that was starting over.
but I never really thought na like when you're part of your community, LGBTQ, right?
Mm.
I because as straight people, we don't really know, like, I mean, we know it's hard, but it's tough because it's something out of the norm, right? Especially in
Yeah.
our society. Let's talk about this country. It's different. It's really
Yeah.
different. Okay. But like what you were saying, like parang I don't like when you cut your hair, diba? When you shaved it and all, that's like the time or the point where you were like, okay, I don't have to explain myself anymore because it's kind of obvious when people see me, I don't, wala, diba?
Hmm.
But for me, is I never really thought that you would have to explain yourself. But then I realized probably you do. Kasi nga, for you guys, it's like when you said like you were figuring it out, you knew you were different, diba?
Mhm.
But sometimes when I think about it, it's like, what's different about it? Like we're all humans, diba? I mean, it's just because of society, because of what we grew up. That's why we think you're different, right?
Mhm.
But that's just the way it is. It's the
Yeah.
it's reality, diba? That's just how people are.
Yeah.
That's how the world works, diba? So it's just sad that you have to actually think that way. Now I don't have to prove myself because you really don't, diba? But I guess it's for you. It's more for you, I guess, diba?
Yes.
Also to prove to yourself that I'm good, diba? I'm good physically,
Yes.
emotionally, mentally. I know where I am.
Yeah.
Diba? Makes sense.
I think that's really like for me coming out the whole process of it, everything that happened. I think the most important thing is you coming to terms with yourself. Like if you are feeling that way, it's more of you coming to terms with yourself and being brave enough to tell it to yourself. Because I remember there was one night where I was like, you're lesbian or like you're bi. Like I was telling that to myself in the mirror, just trying to like say the words out to yourself, because it's funny when I think about it. But like I think that was one of the most important things. If it does come to coming out, like coming out to yourself is the most important thing than it is to just coming out to your family. Because
Yeah.
if you accept yourself and if you're fine within yourself,
Everything will fall
then
in.
everything else doesn't really matter. You know. So
Right.
ayun nga, like
Oh, that's
linking
true.
it back, like when I shaved my head, and then I was like, hey, I'm fine. I look good. Like I feel good, and I think I look good. You know, and then ever since then, like it just started working out. I lost a lot of weight. I started working out. Like the consistency was a lot better. I switched jobs. I got into a really good relationship. You know, it's like it just all fell into place after that whole like, okay, I think I'm good. Like
Yeah.
I'm happy with this. Like I'm okay. So I think, yeah, when it comes to coming out, for me, at least in my experience, the most important part was really the accepting it for yourself. And also, I think also being open to any possibilities. Because like even now, I don't like coming out to yourself. I think it's really one of the most important things. Because that's really what's gonna help you kind of figure out how to go next. Because I think what I did say it a while ago, like once you do come out to yourself, whatever everyone else thinks, it doesn't really matter anymore. And yeah, I mean, at least in my experience, I mean, I can't talk for a lot of other people because I do know a lot of other friends of mine as well that aren't straight. That they had a really hard time coming out because their
Yeah.
parents were really against it, things like that. So
Mhm.
it's different for everyone. But I mean, at least for me, the way I see it is that as long as you're good with yourself, um, it's gonna be it's not gonna be easier, but it's gonna be easier on yourself to kind
Yeah.
of figure out how to deal with it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
I guess
lighter.
we can say that your starting off journey has been amazing, right? Whipping
I
after
like to think
whipping.
so.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Great.
I really do. Like ever since I cut my hair, like I keep saying to everyone that's I think the best decision I made.
So basically, that's the symbolism of your life when you cut your hair na.
Yeah. That's when it
Yes.
started.
It's like parang you're
Yep.
shedding off the mask and everything. This is me, parang
Actually, yeah, I think that
Right.
was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. Because the coming out to my family, like I did have short hair at that point. But
Yeah,
it
you
wasn't
didn't.
like it wasn't an undercut. It was short. And I think I came out I already had a girlfriend. Because I was like, I think that was also me trying to prove to myself, like, you're sure that you're not straight. You have a girlfriend. Like when you come out to people, like you have proof. It's like that. It's like I have a girlfriend. See, I'm not straight. It was like that. I think
You
that
need
was
to
it
have
was
a
more
proof.
of that. So yeah, diba? Like even to prove to myself.
Some
That's why.
proof.
Yeah, diba? That's what I'm saying. Like that's why it was different when I first came out to my family because I think I was banking on that. Like I have a girlfriend, so I'm not straight. But
Yeah.
then again, like once I shaved my head and then I accepted it talaga within myself, it was more like I'm not straight. It's like diba, deal with it. And then yeah.
So do you advise it to people na parang the earlier you accept yourself or the earlier you free yourself from confusion, parang it will give you a better life, parang ganon, or understanding about yourself?
I
Would you
think
advise?
it's like yeah, I think it's not I don't know if it's something that's exclusive to being gay or to being whatever you are. I think it's just with anything in life. Just don't forget to make time for yourself to like really figure yourself out. Because yeah, it's not just about the being gay or the being lesbian or whatever. Because like I don't really see that as a huge part of what I am. Like now, like fine, I'm lesbian, but again, I'm also so many other things. Like it's not just the only thing that I am. It's just
Yeah.
it just so happens that I'm attracted to girls or
Yeah.
like something like
Yeah.
that. So I mean, I
Your
would
preference and your
really
gender should not define yourself and who you are, right?
Correct.
yeah
Correct.
yeah it's more of that. Like for me, it's really just like accept yourself. Period.
Yeah.
If you're gay, if you're straight, if you like chocolate, if you like Hawaiian pizza or not, things like that. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
earlier that
Pineapple on
you figure
pizza.
what out,
Yeah.
yeah, the earlier that you figure out what you like, then the better it'll be for you. Period. Like the better it'll be for you to really start over and to start living the life that you want, especially in this country because this country is full of hypocrites and it's so. I'm sorry, not America.
It's crowded. So, yeah. No, our
Yes.
country, mine, where we
Yes,
are.
your country.
You're in the land of
Yes,
the
your
free. Yeah. So is that the same
Yeah.
advice you can give to like people who they know who they are, right? But they haven't come
Yeah.
out yet and they're afraid to come out. What do you want to say
I
to
think
them?
it's I think it really depends on where you are in life. Because again,
Ba't
like
ba lagi tayong nakatingin sa
I
taas? Ano ba meron sa taas?
Yung
Oo
ipis
nga
kasi
eh.
yung ingay, ano, tumingin
Yung
ako.
birds kasi.
Si Camille din, no?
Yeah.
Kahit sa San Francisco, meron pala dyan sa taas.
Yeah. It's
Okay, sorry,
no,
continue.
I think it's difficult to say it's a one size fits all because again, like in the Philippines especially, I do know a lot of families that are very, very, especially I think for some guys, like it's very hard for them to really come out because they have fathers that are very, very
Trick. Yeah.
homophobic.
Macho.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's really hard. So I mean, for me, I think one thing that also was fairly that came easy, if I can say it, was that I didn't have it wasn't so heavy because my folks weren't around. So I
Yeah.
think it's also a different story if you're coming out to your parents because I don't know how I would have come out to my parents if they were alive once when I did figure it out, you know, because they were gone before I even started like figuring that out for myself. So like I think it's different for everyone, but in general I think the faster you figure out who you are and what you like and what you want to do, then easier life will be in general because then at least you already have like a pillar of how you want to be or how you want to continue to be. Parang ganon.
True.
Because being gay is just like one small factor about it. And it's really, really hard for some people. Like my best friend, I think since we met in first year high school, both of us knew that we weren't straight. And she had a lot of girlfriends throughout high school. And she never came out. Like she only came out, I think, last year. And
Nauna ka pa, ah.
it's very difficult. Yeah, that's why it's very, very difficult for some people talaga because their families are really, you know, it's hard for especially in the Philippines talaga. Like that's what I see for a lot of local families.
Prob-
Yeah.
So
Most of
my advice,
diba?
yeah, my advice is to figure your stuff out, move out of your house, and start living your own life so you can do whatever you want.
So first, you have to be rich kasi you're gonna move out of your house, di ba?
Huwag naman rich. Ano may trabaho naman, di ba?
You don't have to-
May trabaho.
you just like have to figure out like how to take care of yourself and then move out. So at least that's already one thing off of your back, you know, because you're taking care of yourself. You don't answer to anyone. They can't hold that
Correct.
against you or anything. It's
Yeah,
gonna be. I mean,
correct.
at least I would think it would be easier if it was like that, you know.
Tama.
Yeah, because you'll have time to figure yourself out along the way too. More pa. Kasi
Yep. Yep.
you're alone. You're independent. You're actually living your own life without anybody telling you what to do, what they think,
Yeah.
you know, and all that.
Using your own money.
The Philippines also, yun nga. Exactly.
Yeah.
And in the Philippines, since like the family thing is such a huge thing, getting out of that, you know, it'll clear up a lot of space in your head to really kind of figure out you, and you have a lot of time for you, which is an important part, I think, of really coming out and, you know, all of that.
Correct.
That's true.
Boom! Cheers naman tayo dyan. Cheers!
Yes.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Kita.
Asan yung baso mo? Ayan.
Cheers! Okay.
Thank you for today.
Ikaw yung pinakamaarte eh.
Ako ba?
Ano yung glass mo?
No, right? Okay.
Okay. So we can
Thank
have
you
a
so
part
much.
2.
Yeah.
Oo nga. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
indulging us today. See? Do you
Yeah,
have
very
any-
insightful.
You're welcome.
Oh.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Say hi
I
to
hope-
everyone
I hope
from,
whoever's-
in San
yeah.
Francisco.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone, the family here, everyone over
Hey!
in Castro, the district.
San Francisco, isn't there's a big LGBTQ
Yeah.
community there. It's really big. And so
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like over by the Castro Theater, I know that's where like a lot of
Okay.
are. There's like there's that walkway with the rainbow. I'm just excited, so I'm planning to go to that
Cute.
area. So
But you're there! Ano ba? Anong planning to go?
Ano to
You're
go to
there.
that
You can
area
go there
nga eh.
later.
That area.
yun nga. I mean, like I'm planning to go to that exact area. Kasi now I'm like in the Golden
The bridge.
so it's far.
Sunset pa naman
In the
eh.
city.
Pag medyo gabi na, better than go night, di ba? Night out kayo and
Pwede,
all. Cool, di ba? And yes, speaking of, it's June. It's Pride Month.
Yes. Also,
Sakto
is
na
that yeah.
sa
So,
June. Happy Pride Month.
yep.
Happy Pride Month.
Pride, everyone.
What does
Remember,
it feel like,
Pride.
you guys, when you celebrate it? Like, do you actually celebrate it? What does it feel?
I haven't gone to a Pride celebration yet. But it's a lot of rainbows and dirty gays, which in a fun way.
But can straight
And
people go too?
of course.
Yay!
It's just the epitome of being of pride. You know, it's
Yeah.
open to everyone, regardless, gay, straight, lesbian, anyone. Like anyone can literally come, except people, of course, that are homophobic. Ideally, they won't come. So
Ah, okay, okay. Let's
so
go.
yeah,
Let's go to a, what do you call it? Pride
Parade.
yeah,
parade.
pride part. Yeah,
Meron
pride
pa dito
parade,
sa
pride
atin
part.
in this country.
Meron!
Yeah, there are.
BGC.
So book your flight. Come here and let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I know they're already planning it. So yeah, it's usually last time I think they had it in Manila somewhere. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll check what the ano is. And then I'll fly there.
Alright,
You
so
can go.
Book
excited.
your flight. Okay. See you soon.
All right.
Alright.
Okay.
See ya.
Thanks, E.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye. So wow.
Right, so there.
I wish I was in San Francisco.
So, yeah, siguro different people have different stories din siguro when it comes to coming out, no. I guess it was
Yeah.
easier for her kasi nga she didn't have to do it in front or with her parents, diba?
Yeah. So probably it was like she said, maybe it was easier that way kasi hindi naman niya alam how it would be like if her parents were alive. But I
Yeah.
guess she felt that it would have been harder and she wouldn't have come out when she came out or
Yeah.
how she came
It would
out.
be a bigger
Her parents.
factor siguro to think
Yeah.
about kasi to come out to her parents. Kasi
Yeah.
like she said nga, yung may mga kakilala siya na yung mga dad talaga hindi open to it. And most naman siguro ng mga fathers hindi pa masyadong open, no, when it comes to having gay sons.
It's also, I think it's for some parents who are, not accepting it because it's also hard for them because they don't understand it really. They don't really
Yeah.
understand what it is because it's a new, it's a new thing that's really exposed now. I guess they know what it is, but they don't really understand what it's about, especially if they realize or they find out that it's their own daughter.
Yeah.
That's, I would think, mahirap din sa kanilang tanggapin yun. It will be also a process for them. Diba? So I think it's also important that
Parang speaking
you
at
explain it.
parang point of view of parents, siguro if ever it happens to be, siguro parang, ganun din you'll question it somehow na parang, I don't know ha, siguro parang open pa ako pero parang hearing it from somebody like my sisters, if for example, if it happened, kasi parang natanong ko if it happened to her, baka, kasi di ba yung niece ko medyo matagal nang walang relationship. So parang, baka gay, ganyan. Sabi ko, not that it matters, sabi ko sa kanya, kasi naman, kasi open nga ako. Sa kanya kasi it's not. So, yun. So, yun nga, when it comes to my niece nga, parang sa akin open lang naman kasi it doesn't matter naman. Pero sa kanya, it matters. So, parang ayun nga, sa point of view ng parents, parang maaano niya, parang iniisip niya, baka may mali siyang nagawa, in parang pagpapalaki dun sa daughter niya. Pero parang sa akin, parang hindi naman. Parang,
Kasi they don't really understand it, diba? And it's hard kasi I guess they're thinking, isipin mo yan, okay, so let's say, for example, diba, they find out that their daughter is gay or their daughter is a lesbian. So for them, it's more like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Are things gonna change? I'm sure madami rin silang questions, diba? Are things gonna change?
yeah.
Does it mean that you're someone else? Diba? Parang, or maybe they're basing their, kumbaga, thoughts about it on what they see around or on social media. Diba? Naiisipin na lahat ng lesbians, ganon, same. Diba?
Yeah.
Kasi they don't understand it. Yeah, they don't understand it.
Oh.
So I guess like what C said, it's I think the first step is in anything, diba, in life, not just, in your journey of coming out, it's just accepting yourself.
Exactly.
That's the first thing. And when you accept yourself and you're happy with it, then, that's a process too, I think.
Yeah, of course, it is. But then, at the end of the day, parang you only have to answer to yourself naman, diba? That's the only important
Correct. Correct. And surround yourself with people who you know will accept you and support you. That may be hard too, because that's not easy to find.
yes, accept and support and understand you in a way.
Yeah.
Kahit na hindi nila maintindihan. Diba?
Yeah, in whatever journey that you've chosen to take in your life.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And again, a lesson is never be afraid to
Never, ever,
kumbaga,
ever be afraid to check, to
if there's
take
something that you
chances,
want to
take
do,
risks.
yeah. There's something that you want to do or you want to say, do it, say it. Diba?
Yeah.
Parang, I mean,
Sure.
it's easy to say, I know it's easy to say, but you can try, diba?
Yeah.
And then you'll see, diba? And it doesn't matter, you know,
Oh,
who you are, diba? It doesn't really matter who you are.
if it doesn't go
Starting
your
over
way,
is-
it's part of learning, right?
Yeah, correct. It's part of learning. Correct. And like I said, it's being a lesbian is it's a small part of her. Diba? And
Correct.
like you said, it doesn't define who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's all go to Pride Month.
Yo, so excited! I'm so excited. But you know what?
Yeah. What? Oh my God! May joke ka.
It's not really a joke, but something like that. Mommy daddy joke. So, do you know the full name of? Do you know this Pokemon cartoons, right?
Yeah.
This Pikachu character.
Yeah.
So, do you know the whole name of that character?
Nope.
Yung first name na lang, kahit yung first name niya.
Nope.
No? It's Cherry Pie.
Okay. Am I supposed to get it?
You're supposed to get kasi
Oh my God! Cherry Pie Pikachu. Amazing. I'm so proud to have you as a friend. Wala. Yung reaction ko dyan.
So yeah, right. Thanks for listening and watching, guys. If you have any suggestions or topics for us to discuss in the future and some jokes for me,
No, please. Some real jokes.
please send it over to noidea.012023@gmail.com.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and in YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
Yep.
Alright.
Please ask questions. Like, fill it up with questions para wala ng time si Angel. Sinabi ko na, I was saying it in my head eh. Sharing. Pero hindi ko pa makonect eh. Okay, guys.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye. Let's start over.
Bye-bye.
Bye.